A very good morning, students. Myself Ranjan Chaudhary, PGT physics teacher, LPM Government School. Right. So in previous lecture we have started chapter 4, right, and we have discussed about the magnetic field and also about the Oersted experiment. Right. In last lecture we have seen that is when a current flow in a conductor, then magnetic field is produced around it, and we have also seen that equation, that is magnetic field induction definition, right, in terms of force, or how we find out the direction of the force. We have seen right hand rule, that is screw rule, or that is your left hand rule to find out the force experienced by conductor placed in magnetic field. Today we will discuss about Biot-Savart's law, right. In this we will take a conductor carrying current I, and due to a small element of that conductor, remember, due to a small element of that conductor, we can find magnitude of the magnetic field at any point or at any distance situated from that small element, right. For example, let us assume or consider there is a conductor. This conductor can be a straight or it can be curved. Anyway, let us consider this is a conductor, right? Carrying current how much? I. Let us consider the small element dl. Let us consider that is total length is L, but we have to only consider the small element or a small length, that is dl. Right? Now let us consider another point, a point P, where we have to find out the strength of magnetic field, and let us say this point P is situated at a distance of r from this small element dl, and the angle between r and the dl is equal to how much? Theta. This dl is the direction of this current, which you can say the angle between the direction of the current and the, that is distance, is how much? Right? These are the assumptions that is. Now see, if we consider dl element, then also current will be how much? So that I will be, right? That total current is I, and through dl also current will be I. Because dl is the direction of your element, then dl. So dl is the direction of the current. So you can say angle between current and that is your distance r is theta, or the dl and r is theta. Right? These are the consideration. Now according to this law, what it says, according to this law, first point is that let us also assume one assumption. Let us assume that dB is the strength of magnetic field induction due to small element dl carrying current. So according to this law, first law, that is dB is directly proportional to the magnitude of current. That is, we can say dB, that is strength of magnetic field induction at this point, will be directly proportional to the magnitude of current. More the current, more will be magnetic field induction. Less the current, less will be magnetic field induction. Second, that is, see, angle between R and d is theta. So here dB will be directly proportional to the sine of theta. That is, if we go on increasing the theta, right, value of sine theta will go on increasing, hence the strength of magnetic field will go on increasing, right. Third, dB is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Means strength of magnetic field will be inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That is, you go further away, strength of magnetic field will go on decreasing in the form of the square of the distance. Right? That is, with this, yes, for this, dB is directly proportional to dB. Right? More the length of this small element, that is, more will be your magnetic field induction. So combining these four components, we get sin theta by r square. Right? So here, if we remove the proportionality side, we have to introduce a constant, right? So here, what will be? It is theta by theta. So here we have introduced a constant, that is mu naught by 4 pi. Here mu naught by 4 pi have a constant that is value is fixed at 10 to the minus 7. Here if you write unit for this unit is Tesla, it will be meter square, it will be ampere, and it will be meter. So it will be Tesla meter ampere, or that is, you can write in different form also, right? That is because magnetic field can be written as, that is, Weber per meter square also. So you can write it in Weber meter also, right? Its value is fixed, 10 to the minus 7. Here mu naught, when we are studying about the electric field, then they introduced a constant, that is epsilon naught, right? That was called permittivity. Here it will be called permeability. That is, you know this. It is known as permeability. Permeability is related to magnetic field, and when we talk about the permittivity, right, then that is related to electric field. Right? Also, you know, this we have written it. This is the magnitude, but you know, magnetic field is what? It is a vector quantity, right? So we have to express this one in the form of vector. This is the magnitude of magnetic field induction at a point P due to small element d. Remember, Biot-Savart's law gives magnetic field at a point due to small element. That is not whole conductor, right? Now see, if we want to write in vector form, it will be see what we have done. You know, direction of I is the direction of dl, right? An angle between either I or r or dl and r. That is, we have expressed here I, angle between dl and r is theta. And you know, that is, when there is sin theta between two vector quantity, then just we take what is product, cross product. So this is the vector form. Vector form of Biot-Savart's law. From this law, we can find out the magnitude of magnetic field induction at angle. Now, see, magnetic field induction or magnetic field also have direction. So, how to find out the direction? Right? Next topic will be how to find out the direction. Now see, this is the cross product. Always remember, this direction, that is direction of the resultant vector of the cross product of two vectors, is always perpendicular. For example, if I say this is dl and this is dl and this is direction of r, then db direction will be always perpendicular. Either it can be this side or it can be this side. If we take like this, if this is dl, this is r, then perpendicular to this will be either this or this, right? So to find out the direction, we use first is screw rule. So what it will do? In screw rule, what you have to do? Just you have to put a screw at dl and you have to rotate towards r. When you will rotate, for example, I have put a screw this, right? This is screw. According to this situation, when I am rotating the screw towards r, that is, we see that the screw is going inside. Let's see here. What you have to do? You have to place the screw here with a dl and rotate which direction? Towards r. That direction in which the screw moves, that will give the direction of your magnetic field induction. So, according to this situation, when I am moving the screw, then it is going inside. What is going inside? That is, your screw is directed towards the plane of paper. For example, if this was your copy, right? When you will rotate according to this situation, the screw will try to go inside this book, that is plane of the paper. That is here, when magnetic field is directed inward, then we use a sign cross. Means here, direction of magnetic field will be how? Cross. This will be direction of, and magnetic field will be given by this formula, right? But now see, second case. This is a plane, for example, I have took a book here, right? And now, this side is real, and this side is. What do you have to do? Place this screw where? At DL, and you have to rotate towards R. Then what you will see? According to this situation, the screw will try to come out of the plane of the paper. When magnetic field is directed outward, then we use dot. Means this is cross, and dot means this is the direction directed inward to the plane of paper, and this is the direction directed outwards from the plane of the paper. Now see why use cross and why use dot for inward and outward. For example, if you see an arrow, for example, there is this, right? If you see the structure of the arrow, it will be like this. Now see, when it is directed inward to plane of paper. And also remember the direction will be always perpendicular. Means, for example, if I say my hand is directed inward, it can't be like this. It can't be like this. It must be how much? 90 degree. Either inward or outward, it must be at perpendicular to the plane of paper. Now see here, arrow. Means, when you see arrow going, arrow is moving away from you, then you will see this structure. That is, it will resemble like this. When you see arrow from back side, you will see this portion, and it will look like cross. So when it is directed inward, you will use cross. But when arrow is coming towards you, then you will see this point. Suppose an arrow is coming towards you, then you see what? That is tip of the arrow. That is, it will appear like a dot. So when that is here, use dot, that is outward. That is when magnetic field is directed outward, then we use dot. Right? Next, another rule is that is called right hand rule. Right hand thumb rule. This was the situation. According to right hand thumb rule, what does it say? Take your right hand and point the thumb in the direction of current. Then you have to curl this finger, fourth finger, and you have to point the thumb of the right hand in the direction of the current. Right? Then when you move, that is, this is the direction of current, that is, it is going upward. So the curl of the finger, that is, direction of the curl of the finger, will give the direction of the magnetic field at that point. For example, here current is going to say upward. I have to hold like this according to this rule. Thumb will give the direction of current. Now, if I want to move out, then I have to move this like this. Why? Because if I move like this, my finger, this thumb will be going downward, but here the current is going upward. So here, when you place like this and move, curl the finger in the direction of current, that is, move the thumb in the direction of current, then you have this finger. See, it is going inside. When it will come here, it will go inside. Means at this point, according to this situation, magnetic field is inward. Inward means this is the direction of magnetic field. Point. Now let us say we want to find direction this side. Means here magnetic field is given by this formula, right? But here I need to know the direction. So just place the right hand. Now again current is going upward. So when it will come here, see at this point, it is coming outward. This curl of the finger is directed outward. Outward means down, right? This will be direction of magnetic field, and here it will be right. That is, we can find out the direction of magnetic field at any point, either by screw root or that is by your right hand thumb. Right. Let us see one more example. For example, let us say at point P, we have to find out the direction of magnetic field, direction of current in this side. So you have to place the right hand switch. This thumb gives the direction of current. Now, when you want to move thumb like this, then you have to curve finger this way. So at point P, see this curve of the finger is directed outward. So here outward means dot. Right? In this way, with the help of the screw rule, we can find out the direction of magnetic field at any point due to small current element. Right. Thank you.